We are back on this Wednesday live right here at Park City Television. And right now, if you're looking for something unique to watch, well, I spoke recently with pilot Nic Cunningham all about the series ICE Airport Alaska. This airport is the 5th busiest cargo hub in the planet. So let's take a look and find out more.
Right now, we are going to turn our focus to the rare, untold stories of the heroes behind the airport that never freezes in Smithsonian Channel's series, ICE Airport Alaska. Joining us is pilot Nic Cunningham. Nic, thanks for being here on Park City Television.
Hey, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here to talk about ICE Airport Alaska and a little bit of ice and snow to boot.
Well, it's such an interesting thing that you all are doing that so many people are unaware of. So tell me a little bit more about your experiences flying in and out of the 5th busiest cargo hub on the planet.
Yeah, it's a crazy place up here. Super busy. There's a lot of traffic being our location between basically Asia and the lower 48 states. We get a lot of very large cargo planes coming through, as well as about 2 million travelers a year here to the state of Alaska for tourism. And then above and beyond that, we're a very big state on smaller aircraft as well. So there's a lot of air traffic, and of course the weather between basically September and April is cold and snowy, and so we've got the infrastructure and the facilities here to make sure that throughout those storms and throughout the winter that we keep those operations going to keep those boxes or people or whatever it is going where they need to go.
I mentioned how busy this airport is, but what is other reasons why it's so important to keep this particular airport open no matter what? And there's a lot of obstacles to keeping it open.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything from the animals to the snow, and then again, just the weather. The constant changing of weather makes it difficult to keep the airport open. And of course, yeah, it's important. It's an important hub for not just goods that the United States, people in the United States want or use, but for other countries as well, because of just its geographic location between, like I said before, the United States and predominantly Asia. That most of the airplanes, the big ones, the 747s or the Boeing 777s, need to stop here for fuel anyway, or possibly change cargo loads or build up a load. So by keeping this place open, keeping Anchorage Ted Stevens Airport open, gives those airplanes the chance to refuel, change crews, keep that ball rolling in basically the most efficient manner possible to keep your shipping prices down or keeping goods and people moving around the world.
Not only is ICE Airport Alaska exciting and really interesting, it's also a bit terrifying and anxiety-inducing because trying to keep this airport open, you mentioned there's wildlife, trying to keep planes from not running into wildlife or each other. You're landing 50 planes in 2 hours. You've got unpredictable ice storms. A lot of things are happening here.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot, and that's why we've got the airport has the people put in place as well. That's the big one, is employ a lot of people, or the airport I should say employs a lot of people in all the different jobs that you need at this airport that you may not need at other airports to make sure that it does stay open, whether that's a wildlife manager or extra airport police or Customs and Border Patrol or immigration, all those things. Of course, the people on the the outside of the airport, or the grounds, the snow removal, the grass, all those things are integral to keeping the airport open. And the show is very interesting in that it kind of shows all those different facets, certainly in the wintertime here, of what it takes to keep that open and just the amount of moving parts that are there to make an exciting story.
And Nic, how long have you been a pilot, and what's your favorite thing about flying in Alaska?
So I've been a pilot for about 10 years, and flying in Alaska is kind of it really is, it's a cliche word, but it's the quintessential, aviation experience. It's what everybody dreams about when you start flying. And I started flying down in Minnesota, where I was originally from, and the dream was always to come to Alaska and be able to see the mountains and the rivers and the wildlife. And one thing that airplanes give you here is they're really a tool, especially the small airplanes. If you can go land on a sandbar or a lake with floats, or pontoons on your airplane, you can go see some of those remote locations and have some of those remote experiences that people who enjoy the outdoors and want to be in Alaska kind of thrive for, and or some of the exciting things that we're seeing on Ice Airport Alaska.
Well, Nic Cunningham, thank you so much for joining us today. You can watch Ice Airport Alaska Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Smithsonian Channel. It's been really fun learning more about you and about this series, Nic.
You bet, Christine. Thanks for the time. Check out the show and go from there.
Will do. Once again, thanks for joining us here on Park City Television.
You bet. Have a good day.